Hey Miller, I had a question for you about how you're feeling with your comfort in this year's offense. We've really kind of seen you kind of elevate your game this year, especially after some of the struggles you had last year. Is there a sort of measure that you can put on how comfortable you're feeling in this offense this year?
Um, no, I mean, I'm definitely more comfortable. I think more comfortable, not just in the offense, but at the school, just being here in Bloomington, being in a different environment. I think it all plays a role, not just the offense, because, we do a lot of the similar things in the offense. And, a lot of it is just, a holistic type of, um, feel for, how I'm feeling and, um, the level of comfortability with the team and the guys and stuff. So it's all around type of deal, but I definitely feel more comfortable.
Emma and then Wilson.
Hey Miller, just looking forward to this weekend in Las Vegas. Not really in terms of game plan or anything like that, but what's the vibe in the locker room been like just looking forward to playing in a big city, big game against a good team, especially when a lot of you guys haven't really been on a big non-conference stage in your careers.
Well, honestly, no one's really thinking about that game. We're focused on Nebraska coming up. We got to get this next game tomorrow, and then we'll think about something else. But right now we're focused on Nebraska.
Wilson and then Alex.
Miller, I'm wondering that Rutgers game where you personally played well, but the team lost. When it's a situation like that, what can you learn? What can you take away from that where you played well, but the team as a whole didn't get the win?
Well, personally, offensively, I'm just opportunistic. Just try to move without the ball, give guys, passing lanes, create space, and be available at all times. So, um, in terms of my performance and then everybody else's, it really doesn't matter. I'm just take it game by game and try to do what I can, and the main goal is winning. So we didn't win, so that's really all that matters.
Alex and then Todd.
Miller, thank you for the time. We appreciate it. Curious, just talking to Coach Woodson earlier this morning, he was talking about rebounding and toughness. I guess as a player, what do you feel like makes a team a good rebounding team? And are there things that you guys can work on individually or collectively, maybe to not have another performance like you did at Rutgers in terms of them getting that many offensive rebounds?
Well, rebounding is a team, team effort. At the end of the day, we watch film and learn from it, and so now it's time to apply it to the next game and the rest of the season. So, for us, rebounding and that side of the ball is huge because you limit teams to one possession. It definitely helps your chances of winning, and we feel like our half court defense is really good, and so making teams miss and then securing a rebound is the biggest thing is ends a defensive possession. So it's definitely something we focus on and are still working on, but it's more of a focus and mentality thing. It's hard to just game plan and practice that as much as you can. It's more about shot goes up, hitting somebody. So that's really all it is.
Todd and then Jeff.
Miller, following along the same theme, Coach Woodson expressed his disappointment with the toughness at Rutgers over the weekend. Toughness is an intangible thing. How do you turn it into a translatable thing on the court? How do you internalize that as a player? How does Coach Woodson handle that within practices to get it out of you guys?
I mean, we have it in us. That's the thing is, we wouldn't be here right now, and we wouldn't, be doing and be in the position that we are right now if we didn't have toughness. The fact that we got, out toughed, I think, in one game doesn't mean it's not there. It just means that they did a better job of it than us. But moving forward, it's about, fixing it and making sure that everybody knows that that's really our identity.
Jeff and then Jim.
Hey, Miller, thanks again for the time. We do appreciate it. when teams double trace like Rutgers did, as aggressively as they did, what are things you guys can do to combat that and still be efficient on offense?
Well, there's different ways to, double trace. Depending on the team and the scheme that they want to use. Rutgers was just throwing different guys at them, coming off different guys, coming from the low side, coming from the feeder. So, for us, it's about reading that and, figuring out how to, give Trace, the amount of space he needs to go and play and, creating space around him to where, he can do what he does. So it's once he gets the ball, the work doesn't end for everybody. So, the thing that's tough is doubles are coming quick to him. And so, we got to do a good job of hitting him early, especially in transition, and then, just playing off him.
Jim and then Seth.
Hey, Miller, thanks a lot. Appreciate you. When you have a night like you did the other night, a little different than normal, you put up 12 shots, but your team needed you. How going forward can you find a way to integrate having nights like that where, I know you can't control if you're on or off, but you obviously put up more shots than you normally would. You knew that things weren't working from the inside and you contributed greatly. What can you guys do to make that more of an ongoing thing where not just you, but you guys are able to get more contributions from the perimeter?
I think it's just a lot of it is how, the defense is guarding everybody and guarding us. For myself, I'm just, like I said before, I'm very opportunistic on the offensive end, with spacing, with, sprinting the floor, drawing a guy and trying to make a play. And, if that's what is needed. So, for me and the guys out on the perimeter, it's just about being smart with the ball and smart with how we move and how we cut. Because a lot of our offense is going to run through Trace, obviously, and so a lot of it's about playing off him and giving him good spacing and also keeping and holding the other guys accountable on defense. To keep everything else in check. So it's let's just say all around approach to it.
Seth and then Alex, last question.
Miller, this may be kind of wider lens, but coming off an emotional high with that win over North Carolina, with a performance like you all had on Sunday, the first taste of losing for the young guys on the team, just how much of a wake-up call do you feel like that was for this team, and how do you think that kind of reset could benefit you all moving forward?
Well, I mean, for us, it's the Rutgers game is over. We watched our film yesterday. We learned about it. We learned from it, and now it's about Nebraska. There's 20 Big Ten games, and if you get hung up on one, it could quickly turn into 2, 3, 4, and more. So for us, it's about moving on to Nebraska and focusing on beating them. And the lessons from Rutgers are over, and we're going to continue to take those lessons into the next games. But right now, it's about Nebraska and beating them.
Last question, Alex.
Well, speaking of Nebraska, you look at their roster, and I know you played them last season, but a lot of these guys that they have now weren't there a year ago. How I guess, is difficult is that to prepare for a team that does have a bunch of new players that you're not as familiar with, and what I guess stands out from watching them? Obviously, they've won 3 in a row and had a big win at Creighton.
Yeah, I mean, Derek Walker's back, which I think helps them a lot. They run a lot of offense through him. So, our scout is definitely, something that we're really locked in on. And, it like you said, there's a lot of new guys on their roster, but they do some of the same stuff, offensively. But, they are a different team. And at the end of the day, it's about figuring out who they are and what they want to do best and trying to take that away. So, but we're definitely locked into them.
All right. Thanks, Miller.
Appreciate it.
If you guys have any questions for me, go ahead. I know with being out in Vegas this weekend. So just let me know. You can either text me, email me, or I'll hang on here for a little bit. So just fire away if you have anything.
What do you guys think as far as Friday night?